Hello, I'm Steven, the calculator guy, and I just want to do a quick sort of tools to use video on farming. So if you're a farmer, this is one of the many tools that I recommend using, at least for the phantom chain. This is Apeoclock, and it does a pretty good job at letting you know what are the upcoming farms and if they've been audited, and then you can go look at those audits and you can look at the sites, and you can oftentimes get in really early. So for example, if I was a smarter man, I would have gotten early on Draco because they did a stealth launch, and when I looked at it, it was like 700. And now if you look at the Draco farm, which is launching tomorrow, and usually when they launch, they tend to tank. Not always, but very oftentimes. So now I don't really want to get in. But if you look at the Draco, here we go. To get to the website, I usually go to the audits, and then I'll just go to the site. So website. Oh gosh, it's almost doubled. So the cool thing about like Draco is that they have a very, very low total minted, and they're not going to have very many coins. But you know, other places have done that before. It didn't really work out. So $45,000 TVL, pretty low. But you know, like what is their deposit fee? 2.5, same as Scarecrow. Well, pretty much the same. Do they have any really interesting options? Well, they don't have wrap memo, which has been a really big pull for a lot of swaps, but you know, you could have been early. That's all I'm saying. So I want you to have that opportunity. Note that they have been audited. You can always look at their team, right? You can look at their Twitter, you can look at their Telegram, to see like if you like how they're talking, if you like their vibe. So there was a protocol a while back. Which one was it? It was the pop. Is that it? Pop? Yeah, pop notes. And so it was a good cheap buy at the time. And I went and I watched a video of their founder, CEO, saying like, we're gonna 10x, we're gonna 100x. And that was a huge turnoff. And then I went to the Telegram and I was like, hey, how do you set up these notes? Can we do it through a VPS? And someone said, and one of the moderators said, why don't you go figure it out yourself? Immediately sold my pop. And the project has since tanked. Right? Vibes are important in this industry. What vibes are you getting from the devs? What vibes are you getting from the creators? So keep that in mind. So anyways, here you can look at the launches as they come out. This is just the phantom chain. It'll tell you when they're doing stealth launches, which is pretty cool, because then you can get in super, super early if you like a particular project. Now, what to look for? Audits. You want to look for audits clearly. You want to look at the charts maybe to see if they've already super high skyrocketed. You want to look at TVL. Is TVL under $1 million? Is it under $500,000? Is it under $15,000? Right? The earlier and the lower you get in, the more room there is for growth, but also the riskier it is of just totally collapsing. Has the team done any other swaps before? Very important. Is the team doing anything novel or new or interesting? Also very important. So you can see there's a farm launch on the 12th. Honeybee. You might want to say like, has Honeybee done anything before? Have they already done a stealth launch? Things like that. For example, Bougie farm launch. That was a pretty decent one, really early. But there was a much better one, Eldritch, and they were doing something different. They were really new. So this is just a cool place to get early information on potential farms. But this, if you're doing this, you're looking to flip, right? You're looking to, in this case, you're actually looking to buy the proprietary coin, watch it do a run up until launch, and then probably sell it right before launch. Which sounds like if everyone is doing that, how is it profitable? But that's just how these charts tend to work. So I imagine Draco is probably going to go down substantially tomorrow, but I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. That's just usually how it works. So a lot of people are hyping up Phantom Pup. If we look at Phantom Pup, which has since launched, we can see how well they're doing. Yeah, exactly what I thought. So the coin is now at $80. If you look at the chart, you can see went way up, and then it launched around here and straight to the ground. And this is completely typical. This is exactly what you expect from these farms. So when I say I don't like DEX tokens, it's because this is exactly what they do. However, if you can buy the stealth launch and wait up until the day before launch, you can generally do a 2x, 3x, right? But it has to be a pretty decent project. Phantom Pups was a pretty decent project because they also did Polypups and they do some NFT stuff, and Polypups was relatively successful on the Polygon chain, even though their coin did the exact same thing, Collar. So look at the charts, right? Look at previous projects. So you might look at Frostfi Dune Farm. You may look at Honeybee Farm launch, but what you're really looking for, in my opinion, are the stealth coin launches, if you can see any. I don't see any here. But if you see the stealth launch, you can get in early before it does like a 30% increase. You probably have a decent chance of making some money. Not financial advice at all, because this is a dangerous game, but a place to look at new things happening. You can also look at the max supply, what their emission rate is, like what their minting rate is, how quick they're minting new coins, what the deposit fees are, is there a lockup. So, all right, this is just one tool of many, but this is a sort of higher level farming tool for what I consider experienced farmers. So this is not a farming recommendation. If you're looking to farm some really good pairs, in my opinion, Tomb Phantom auto farming on Reaper or Grim has been an incredible pairing. It's like essentially just having Phantom do 5,000 APY and it's auto compounding. I like that one. I think Tomb has been doing really well. If you've been doing the Tomb cycle, Tomb Phantom to T-shares, then your profit has been absurd since my first video. But it's been going strong. So whatever they're doing, and they have like a new management that's been doing great things for Tomb. Also, if you're doing some more stable stuff, there's a Curve 3 pool, and Curve is hyper well renowned, really good protocol. You deposit 3 different stable coins into Curve, and you can get like 30 to 40% APY on stable coins. You know, it's pretty good. That's a safer thing to do. Spooky Swap, Spirit Swap, Liquid Driver, right? Their pools, very good. They're pools that you can access auto compounding on Grim and Reaper, very good. This is degenerate nonsense, right? This is if you want to get into something super early, try to make a flip for a 2x, and then, in my opinion, get out. Most of these farms are not going to make it. Most of these farms are going to be dead in a week, month tops, unless you're doing something totally and radically different, which they're not. I mean, most of them are just clones. So keep that in mind. This is a place for a quick flip. And this also heavily depends on the success of the continued success and ramping up of Phantom hype. So keep all that stuff in mind. You can also look at other chains, though I think Phantom is the most well documented. Let's look at Harmony. Quick plugin, have nothing here. Yeah, nothing here. Arbitrum? Nothing. You would imagine something on AVAX. Yeah, okay, so AVAX is some pretty decent stuff. A lot of the same names, right? Because they're Phantom and AVAX are sort of like the two farming chains, big farming chains right now. Harmony may be coming up, so maybe we'll start seeing some names on there. That's it. So, cool. Hopefully this gives you something else to look at, just in your daily research. But be super crazy careful with these things. I'm going to tell you again, the basic pattern for the more legitimate swaps is that there is some sort of stealth launch or IFO or IDO. It goes up really dramatically until about 2 days, 1 day before launch, and then goes way down. Now it's going to zigzag, right? If you look at Phantom Pups, it went way up, then way down, then tried to make a recovery, then couldn't make a recovery at launch, and down to $26. It was just $80 like a few seconds ago. Oh, okay. Well, maybe this chart's not exactly right. Oh no, this is a pairing with Phantom. That's why. If you go to USD, we'll see 80. But still, see? Not great. not what you want to see. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you have a little more tool in your belt. And please play this safe if you're going to play it. There are so many great opportunities already out there for you. You don't have to do this. I just want you to know, like, this is a higher level farming technique for flipping. Definitely more degenerate, definitely less safe. So I'm begging you to be careful with this. Basic. If you're going to do this, the basic thing you want to do is look for a stealth launch on an audited swap, like Draco Force had, and then you want to get in early on the stealth launch, and you want to set yourself a goal of where your profit's going to take it. When you get there, you want to get that profit, and you want to forget about it. Totally forget about the protocol. Exit it out. Stop thinking about it. Stop looking at it, because the worst thing you can do is ape back in when it's at the peak and then lose that profit that you had already secured. Don't do that. And then generally, as a rule of thumb, once it launches, there's no reason to be in here. I know that sounds mean to these swaps, but it's just, you're gonna get burnt on some of these. Unless you're doing like $50 to $100, like that's a really sweet range for these swaps because you can actually make money off that. But if you're doing 1,000 and more, you're gonna tank the APR. It's gonna take a long time to get your deposit fee back. The coin may go to nothing in the meantime. So, but if you're doing like $50 to $100, these can actually be pretty decent. You're gonna lose 2.5%, but if you're on one of the lesser known pools, you might keep that APR for a week, which is gonna make you some money. So, that's one possibility. Okay, now I'm done. I'm done with this video. But thank you guys for watching. Patreon in the description. Please join if you want to support me. I'm not monetized on my channel. Probably not going to ever be monetized because I kind of like being free. And not being paid by the man, but being paid by my fans. So, goodbye. Be safe.